that going. There we go. I love it when it works. I love it when everything works. Music, video, text-to-speech. It's all going. All right. Good morning. It is Tuesday, February the 3rd. 6 o'clock, 6:05 actually. I had to put the flag out this morning. It took me a couple extra minutes, so we're a little late. Put our little welcome, we're open flag. You're going to see it in a minute here. There it is. See that? I put that there. Very proud. Anyway, this is an easy morning for me. One delivery, one stop, one trip. Over to what a day. With a van full of donuts, cinnamon buns, Danish. All the good stuff. All the good stuff. I'm almost ready to test out my idea for the different setup. I might not, I mean, if it works, if my idea works, I may not be using Prism anymore. I might go straight into YouTube. If I get a considerable reduction in the lag time. Country music going now. Yeehaw! It's very apropos as we ride through the farmyards. I just like this song. It's a happy little song. It's cute. Cute little song. That tree right there, it looks kind of weird to me. It looks like it belongs in a haunted house. I think I've said that before. Just want to reiterate that.
Sticat.cs2 says do-si-do.
Hey, there you go. You like that song? I did. Good morning. How have you been? You surviving the winter? It's getting warmer here. Well, now it's 22 degrees. It was 25 degrees when I got in the van. But believe it or not.
Sticat.cs2 says goody morning, Craig.
Good morning. Believe it or not, 20 degrees feels good. What's that about? I heard something shift.
Sticat.cs2 says 25 is much better.
Yeah, much better. And I think today it's going to go up to 38, so that's what they said. Yesterday they said it was going to go to 32, and I don't think we quite made it, but we were close. I had a weird night last night. I fell asleep, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock. And normally that would be my nap, but I didn't wake up until about 11:30. So I really didn't go back to sleep. I mean, I'm fine. I feel fine. I got up and I was feeling like I was waking up for the day at 11:30. So I think today I'm going to try to just like push it till 8 o'clock without a nap, and then get back in a cycle. Get back in that kind of cycle. But yeah, I woke up at like, and then, so then I was like doing some stuff around the house. And it was like 12:30, and I'm thinking, well, now if I go to bed, I got to get up in 2 hours, so I didn't want to do that. So I got some stuff done. Today I'm taking some dog treats over to What a Day. So in addition to their normal bakery stuff, I have some dog bones that we make for them. I guess it's still a bakery product, sort of. But I think a human could eat these dog bones. I've done it. I tried to eat a milk bone one time, many years ago. I think I did eat a milk bone one time. Not tried. I actually did it. But I think the dog bones that we're selling now are like, some of them are made with peanut butter, some of them are made with, I think it's cheese and bacon and stuff. I think you could actually eat them.
Cat.cs2 says dog cookies. For pups.
Basically, yeah, that's what it is. A dog cookie. Oh, you know what? I just figured out why I don't like high beams. Because, like, if I'm driving along with a cup of coffee in my hand, it's kind of awkward to do the high beams. You don't have that free hand. Apparently that person doesn't have a free hand. It is cloudy this morning, though. It's not. Yesterday was super clear. This morning we've got a little bit of cloud cover. It's not supposed to rain, but it is supposed to be partly cloudy. So what have you been up to, Sawyer? I wasn't online much yesterday. I was online for a little bit, and then I fed AJ. I left the live on. I mean, I probably ran for the whole time.
TC says, I think the high beam switch should still be on the floorboard for your left foot.
I know. I like that. I agree. Then I could drink coffee while I drive in the dark. Might take a different route coming home. When we come home from this cafe, I might ride through Westminster just to see, just for a different view. It's a cute little town. They have like a main street that is, it's no longer the main street. Like, so they have Main Street, which is where, you know, Westminster sort of developed. But then they built a larger road, and more businesses started building on that road. So that's really become sort of the street doesn't really get as much traffic anymore. I saw a whole little family of rabbits this morning. When I opened the door to let AJ outside, they were in the neighbor's yard. I hope that doesn't mean I'm going to hit a rabbit today, because the last time that happened was when I had, like, the 4 deer were in the yard, and that was the day that I hit my deer. So hopefully that's not a sign. Kind of interesting to see how wet the roads get today, if they get wet at all. Because 30, if it really does go up to 38, it could be warm enough.
He says, do you have those small deer whistles on the front of the van?
No, we don't. Do you think they work? I thought about getting that for my car. You don't really see them. You don't see people using them very often, but I don't know if they work or not. And is it like a pitch that humans can't hear, or do you hear it because you're driving along? The song's name is "Do It." Crazy stuff. Like, this is the road, actually, what I was just talking about, Westminster. This is the road that really goes, that everybody uses to travel through Westminster now. And it's got all the businesses on it, everything's here. But Main Street is a little bit to the south of this. We sort of passed the top of Main Street. It's right over there. I mean, it's a block or whatever you would call that here, maybe 2 blocks away. So I think if I go a certain way coming back, we could drive up Main Street. I don't think that would take very long.
Cat.cs2 says he good morning Mookie MC.
Mookie is here. Mookie's in the house. In the van. Everybody got their seatbelts on? Hope so.
Kim C says I never hit a deer when I had them and lived in North Carolina. 2 different closed holes with different intensities generate signals of different frequencies.
Huh. So you don't hear it though, right? When you're driving along, you don't hear anything.
Team C says hello to you, at justacat.cs2.
The other reason I want to ride up Main Street. So if we made a right at this light, we would be on Main Street. I think I know a way to go around and then come up Main Street. The other reason I want to see if that works is...
C says humans do not hear it.
Oh, okay. So it's like a dog whistle kind of thing. I might have to look into that. I haven't seen, I guess it's, do deer sort of hide away somewhere in the woods when it gets this cold? Because I haven't seen any sign of them.
Justacat.cs2 says so. Do you just whistle it the whole time you're driving?
Was I whistling? Was I? Sometimes I probably do whistle. Subconsciously. Yeah, I think I'm like one of those people that like makes little boop-de-boo noises and stuff like when I'm doing things. I know my mother always did that. I think I probably picked that up from her. You know, like you're just like doing something in the kitchen or whatever, and you're like, boop, boop, boo. Like that kind of stuff. I think I do make those kind of noises. It's a weird song.
Team C says I think a Craig whistle would end up attracting a deer while repelling humans.
Could. And so it would have the exact opposite effect. Deer wouldn't hear it at all. Or it would bring them toward the road.
Cat.cs2 says LOL.
I know the deer. There's a webcam, the one that I think I've mentioned it before, where it's in. I think they're in Maine, and it's a whole field where he's got these feeders out. There have been a lot. Whoops. There have been a lot of deer hanging around on that cam lately. This intersection makes me nervous. I don't know why, but I always feel like people aren't going to stop there. Or they're going to pull out in front of me. They did a good job with these roads. Like, you've got the lane plus the shoulder. You've got it all cleared away. That was. So we're in February. This isn't a leap year, is it? Leap years are every 4. And are they on the same year as an election? Like
Team C says I end up watching that deer feeding cam or that bald eagle cam in California for longer than I should.
Oh yeah, the bald eagle one's cool too. I like that one. Sometimes it's funny because sometimes I guess I'll turn the deer cam on and I'll like have it on the TV in my kitchen. And then I'll go in the back of the house and all of a sudden I'll hear like this crunching noise. And it's just because one of the deer came up to the trough right in front of the camera and it's eating. But it is kind of strange. But yeah, that bald eagle one's a good one too. I really got into, and I still look at them every now and then.
Stacat.cs2 says, oh, the one in Lake Tahoe. I saw that too.
It's very cool. You're like at the top of a tree. But I've been looking at these people that live stream in Disney. The last day or two, they've been very cold. Of course, they're complaining about being cold because it's like in the 40s, but I think it might have been in the 30s one day. But I really like that. There's a ton of them. I never.
Cat.cs2 says, no, not Lake Tahoe. It's Big Bear, I think.
I would imagine we're talking about the same one now.
Stacat.cs2 says, I'm still repeat.
I noticed this morning that they had a couple of the groundhog cupcakes left over. That's one of those things, man. Like, who's going to buy one now? We're gonna have to reduce the price on them.
Team C says I think I am the exception to the rule, because I've never had an interest in visiting a Disney park.
Really? I used to really be into it. And, I mean, my brother and I would drive down there. We drive straight from home to Orlando. Spend a couple days down there. But it's so expensive now. I mean, I can't believe how, I think it's almost $100, or it might be even a little more than $100 for a day. We used to go over there. We did, when we were going to Daytona, we go to the Daytona 500 every year. And when we went there, we would plan the trip to come back on Tuesday. We'd come home on Tuesday so that in case the race
Team C says
was
if the
delayed.
groundhog cookie sees its shadow, does that mean 4 more weeks of heavy icing?
See, maybe. Icing. I see what you did there. That's what they ought to do. They ought to play it up like that. I like that idea. I was actually part of I don't know if they still exist, but there was an organization out there called Roller Coaster Enthusiasts of America or something like that. It was like a group of roller coaster enthusiasts. And used to try to get around it. And that wasn't so much Disney. I mean, Disney has a couple. But they're not really roller coasters. They're just sort of, I mean, Space Mountain is probably the closest you get to a roller coaster at Disney. But there's a place in Ohio, in Cedar Point. It's in like near Sandusky, Ohio, up by the lake. And that place has a lot of roller coasters. Went there a few times. That was fun. There for a while they had the tallest. I don't know if they still do, but they had, I think it was called the Magnum 2000 or something. When that first came out, it was one of the tallest roller coasters. That was fun. I think they open at 6 or 6:30. Let's see if they saw me. But yeah, we went to Cedar Point a couple times. We went to some park near Cincinnati. I never remember doing that. New York, we went up to Coney Island. So they must have at least 3 cars in the drive-through. That's probably why they're... I'm going to call them. Let's call them. Hang on. Audio will drop for a moment. I hung up.
Team C says I went to Cedar Point a few times. You might mean the Magnum XL 200.
Yeah, what did I call it? Is that what I... Magnum. What did I call it? But yeah, that is what I'm talking about. I'm sure that is the one I'm talking about.
+6448 says good morning everyone.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. There we go. The door is open. Good morning. Dog lows.
448 says why does this look familiar? The wall, the garbage bin with snow on it.
It's
She says Craig makes things happen.
all right, let's see. Oh look, some guy's ordering a donut.
One moment.
I think she's gonna run out.
448 says hello, Mr. Nick.
You think she's gonna run out here and grab a donut, or is she gonna wait for me to roll it in there? You know what I mean? You just don't know. I'd say she's probably gonna wait. So let me get these rolling. We got a client. We got a client waiting. Client. Clear the way. We need a donut stat. I heard you.
Yes. 2 chocolate donuts.
There you go. You're welcome. You too? Whew, thank goodness. We had a donut emergency. That close. Yes, it did. Okay. That's it, man. See, Tuesdays are easy. One delivery.
Plus 6448 says, hey, good morning, just a cat.
What time is this? Nobody's coming through the drive-thru.
Stacat.cs2 says, hey teachers, leave those kids alone. Stacat.cs2 says alone.
Oh, yeah, I thought she tries to pronounce anything you type. That's the fun thing about my text-to-speech lady.
Plus 6448 says we don't need an education, just donuts. At justacat.cs2 says got TTS lady.
God, dude. Man, we possibly could have made that, but jeez, it's a lot of traffic in the morning this morning.
Kim C says Craig better not change his working and streaming hours. It happens just when I wake up for a while to take a tinkle.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. Yeah, no, I'm usually this is a pretty normal time.
At justacat.cs2 says OMG same here.
Oh, good. Well, that's good to know. I'm here to entertain during bodily functions. Oh, these people are hardly moving. I have to go before we start, otherwise.
Plus 6448 says I am a few peas in already.
Oh, this is going to be it's going to be a slow ride. I can feel it.
Kim C says please do not put that in your video description.
No, I'll leave that out. That'll be like the hidden secret of the morning. All right, so when we get to that one road, the one that I said this morning, it makes me nervous when we cross it. We're going to make a left on that road. And that should take us to the other side of town. We'll kind of make a circle and come back through Westminster just to ride through downtown. I also want to check it out because, I'm going to start this thing where I hand out cookies. I mean, I'm not going to do a lot because I really can't. I don't want to make the process, take a lot longer because of anything that I'm doing. Like that's what one of the things when I started live streaming was I didn't want to create a process that was going to add a lot of time.
Says it's time to make the pea instead of time to make the donuts.
Yeah, but see, well, I guess it's the same. Some of us wake up to make donuts. Well, we all wake up when we have to go. Hopefully. It's good that you're waking up. I'm going to start doing some live streaming for aside from just the deliveries though, eventually.
6448 says it's a blessing.
To wake up. Waking up is a blessing every day.
C says, what criteria will you use to hand out a free van cookie?
Yeah, I know. One is it's going to have to be like relatively something I could do relatively quickly, right? So it's got to be somebody that's like just walking along the street, where I could pull over easily, say, "Hey." I don't know. See, I got to figure out a sort of a routine that I'm going to have. Like, what do I say? I've thought about that. Like, do I just jump out of the van and say, "Hey, do you want a cookie?"
6448 says exactly.
Do I just jump out and say, I need to have like a phrase. I've thought of a couple, but I don't, I gotta pick one, and got some things written down at home. Trying to put my thoughts together. And then I don't know if I'm gonna I'll have the microphone on. I thought about that. When I got the mic, I realized I'll be wearing the mic, so I'll be able to hear you guys will be able to hear whatever they say, but not everybody's going to want to be on cam. Like, I don't want to walk up to them with my cell phone pointed at them, like the camera, like, "Good morning, do you want a cookie?" I can't do that. I got to figure out a way to smoothly make it happen. And then I got to figure out, like, who do I pick? That is a really good question. I've thought about that. Like, what do I...
6448 says you should give the cookie for free and then sell them milk or coffee.
True. Well, I'm going to... The idea is we're going to make up a few cookies, because cookies have a pretty good shelf life. So they could make a couple, every week they could make a few. You're going to put it in a, nice little plastic bag, and also have a little note in there, just saying, like, some kind of like, "Hey, hope you enjoy this cookie, blah blah blah." I've got a few suggested ideas for that too. So we're gonna have a little note in there, your cookie. I'm thinking now I want to put, like, on the note, I want to put the, what are they called? Those little square, like QR? Is it a QR code? Is that what it's called? I could get that for my channel, because if I work it out so that they get the cookie, but then if they agree and they want to just say anything like "hello" on the camera, then they could go back and look at the live stream and see themselves. You know what I mean? So, like, if I give it to somebody, they could go back and tell their family, "Hey, I got a cookie from you know, the bakery, and you can see me online. Like, I think some people would kind of like that, I think. But some people are going to be like, no, I don't want to be on camera. I mean, you do get that reaction from people. I've only had that once. I stopped at a Wendy's. You may have heard me talk about this before, so I apologize if this is, but I stopped at a Wendy's. It was the grand opening, and I was like, just talked with a few people there. It's very short. I really should put the video out. I don't know why I haven't done it yet, but it's in a live stream. I don't even think I think that's the one missing live stream that I didn't publish publicly, because there was a lady that said to me at one point, now she was standing behind me. All right, here we go. This is where we're venturing off in a new direction now.
6448 says, actually, maybe that's an idea. Are there any coffee trucks in that area? Get them out by them.
Yeah, like collaborate with some kind of nearby coffee truck. There's probably a coffee shop along the road. That might be a good place to find people. You know what I mean? Coming out of the coffee shop.
333 says, good morning.
Good morning. Your girl, gal. That's the ones guy.
333 says, hope you are having a wonderful morning. At Mukim C says, instead of handing them a specific cookie, have several individually wrapped in a box, and let them pick one. You could say, would you like to try a sample? At Miss Understood 4201 says, hello winking face, good morning winking face.
Good morning. I like that idea, but I think we're going to give them a cookie that's shaped like a van. Like, we got a cookie cutter, so all the cookies are going to kind of look the same initially.
Team C says hello, at Nigel 333 and at Miss Understood 4201. 333 says, good morning chat. At Miss Understood 4201 says, do you do online ordering?
No, we
at
don't.
justacat.cs2 says, he at Nigel 333 at Miss Understood 4201.
No, we don't do online ordering. I asked about that yesterday.
6448 says, yep, but you don't want to cut their business. Who knows, maybe the coffee truck would start selling your products.
Yeah, that's true too.
At Miss Understood 4201 says, hey Mookie McCann, just a cat.
But we don't have the online ordering capabilities. And the main reason for that is just the shipping is not easy.
6448 says, good morning NYGAL.
Like, some of the products really need to be refrigerated, and even the cookies. Like, I think they tried to ship cookies to a friend one time, and it's difficult to package in a way that they don't get broken, smushed up, that kind of thing.
6448 says, hello misunderstood. At Auction White says, good morning, it's 6 degrees out.
Ooh, you're still dealing with that. Sean, I'm up to 27 degrees here in Maryland. Feel for you. 6 degrees is still pretty cold.
Team C says, howdy. At Auction White. At Hala 6448 says, it'd like to be your friend if need to test ship cookies.
You want to see?
Yes. Understood 4201 says, gotcha. Well, thought I would ask. Because I live so far away. And good morning, Hala 6448.
Yeah, I was thinking, I could probably like instead of
6448 says
DoorDash,
good morning, Sean White.
I could do like Donut Dash. Ride around during the day, give out donuts.
Sticat.cs2 says hey Og Sean White.
Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. So we're going to make a left and go down. We'll make a left and go down Main Street up here. I just figure there would be more
says
chance.
You could still do van shaped with different cookies types.
Yeah, that is true. There we go.
Understood 4201 says I was actually checking out vans because we will be doing a van conversion in April or May and I saw a coffee truck. It's so cool.
Yeah, coffee, that's a good business to be in. Drive around like construction sites and stuff like that. You can make a lot of money, probably. So this is Main Street. Oh, I didn't think about the fact that we got trees over us. Quiet little town. A lot of lights up here. I didn't realize that.
6448 says I have that same desire to convert and travel in a van. So cool.
That would be pretty cool. I mean, you could easily live in a van if you set it up right. Look at this. I didn't know they had lights on all the trees down here. Wow. Oh, look, we're going through. We're going through. This is pretty impressive. I don't know if this is Christmas. Wow. I think
King C says this town has homes like I have seen remodeled on this old house.
Yeah.
At justacat.cs2 says this is a really nice cutesy area.
Isn't it? It's looking pretty
At
good.
Hala 6448 says I am guessing a coffee truck would have low mileage.
Check this out. It's pretty cool. Oh, we want to make this turn actually. Wow, I didn't know they were going to turn the lights on for us.
Hala 6448 says this area makes me think free cookies.
We'll see. And you know, I might catch somebody walking on the street here. That was the other thing I thought about. Like most of my route isn't, where you're going to see a lot of pedestrians. But here you could.
6448 says, are those tracks active?
I would say yes. I think they are, but not high. Not a lot. I've seen trains. I've never been stopped there, so I don't know when the trains come by, but they are still used. Probably got a little lag there when I went under that bridge. This town does have, we've sort of passed the mall, or what I guess they used to call it the town center, but it was really a mall. But it's one of those malls that has kind of almost completely shut down. It hasn't completely shut down yet, but you know the kind where there's like nothing left in the food court, but maybe one place.
At Hollis 6448 says, did we miss the sunrise today?
It would be happening now, or maybe a little bit, but it's cloudy. So, yeah, we didn't have a real sunrise. It's just sort of gotten brighter. We're supposed to have partly cloudy skies, and then I think this evening it's going to be completely overcast, but no rain. So just clouds. But warmer. We're gonna get to the mid or upper 30s today. It's gonna feel incredible. Might have to go sit in the backyard in a t-shirt, shorts, on top of my snowy ice.
Team C says, before you did the streaming, what would you do during this drive? Listen to music. Drive in silence.
Definitely not drive in silence. I would either listen to music or a book. Like I'd have Audible. I'd listen to a book.
Hollis 6448 says, barbecue weather.
Yeah. Hey, anything above freezing is good. But I either a book or music or I guess that's about it. Sometimes maybe a podcast or something. If there was something I had heard that I wanted to listen to. But a lot of books. I finished my, I reread Atomic Habits. I finished that. And now I'm going back to another book that I read before, but I just felt like reading it again, was Moments. Wait a minute. The Power of Moments. The Power of Moments. Yeah, I think that's another very good book.
found it here on YouTube. But I can't because of the reader. So boring voice.
Atomic Habits? Yeah. It's a boring, it's a boring voice. Yeah, he does probably. I can see why that would be an issue. The Power of Moments, that's a little bit, it's a little bit more fun. It's got some stories in there and stuff. It's basically kind of like, it's geared toward anybody that's interested in customer service, making a difference, what makes people, make an impression, positive impression on people and stuff. It's got some cool stories in it about, where people kind of went out of their way, but it made a big difference. In a customer's experience. I like it. I mean, just to give you an idea, there's a story in there about a family that had been staying, I think it was the Ritz-Carlton. Oh, look, there's a sunrise. We're getting a little red action over there. Oops. Wow, that's like very pink. Very, very pink. Anyway, the family stayed at the Ritz-Carlton, and they get home, and they realize that the kid's stuffed animal, I think the stuffed animal's name is Joshi. The kid's stuffed animal, they lost it. They didn't know where it was. So the little boy's very upset. The father says, he just stayed back in California. He's just taking a little bit of extra time for the vacation.
333 says the sunrise here is a beautiful pink orange this morning.
Yeah, that's what this is here. It's actually, I'm surprised when I saw that. I thought the sun was already higher than that, but that's really kind of cool looking. Oops, I see a deer. Did you see that deer? You probably didn't, but there's a deer. There he is, see him? Whoa, there's a whole family of them.
Stacat.cs2 says it's
Wow.
called a pink delight. Right, Craig? Hee hee. At Hala6448 says I was just checking on the sunrise here, already up.
There's like 3 of them up there. I just went over the... Anyway. Wow, that was pretty cool. I just talked about deer this morning too. Earlier, I was like, I haven't seen them for a while. Boom, there they are. What was I saying? Oh, so let me just, so my Joshi
At
story.
Hala6448 says I want to scream the view I have someday.
That's what got me started.
At
I just thought it was cool to look at.
JustyCat.cs2 says dear family going to breakfast.
Yeah, they are.
At Mukim C says you were not whistling loud enough.
Or they like my whistle. Maybe they like it. But the Joshi story is just this. Basically, the book has and explains this whole story, but the little boy's very upset because he lost his stuffed animal Joshi, and the father puts him to bed and says, "No, well, Joshi's just staying behind."
Says yo.
And then somebody said, "Yo," was that John? But the father calls the hotel and says, "Hey, can you send?" The hotel found, I think, or maybe the hotel called him and said, "Hey, we found this stuffed animal," and he's like, "Oh, okay. Can you send this back to me? And if you can, just like, I think he said like put a note in there that he enjoyed the extra time, because the dad said that he was just taking some extra time for vacation. But the people at the Ritz-Carlton went around and took this stuffed animal and like took all these pictures of like sitting by the pool, and then he's getting a massage, and he's out on the golf course. So they like put this whole book of pictures around. They took all these pictures and put this book together and sent it with the stuffed animal back to the family. So when they got the stuffed animal back, the kid was like thrilled, because here's this book of the extra vacation that the stuffed animal had taken. So anyway, that's what the book is about, like just doing stuff that you know, it's kind of like more than what people would expect. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that whole little deer family ran across the street.
Stacat.cs2 says hi at Real Thoughts Project.
All right, folks, we're rounding the corner. We're coming back to the bakery.
+6448 says, so kinda like Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah, like sort of like a photographic history of Elf on the Shelf. Walmart. I think I gotta stop and get some stuff. I gotta do a little grocery shopping today.
+6448 says, them beers look like they could use a band-shaped cookie.
Maybe I shouldn't carry cookies with me. Maybe I should carry deer food. Of course, that wouldn't be good, because then you would be encouraging the deer to hang out by the road. All right, here we are back.
+6448 says, good morning, Real Thoughts.
There we go. Let's pull it there. That's good. We'll leave it there. All right, everybody. Another successful trip. Donuts delivered. And we know one of those donuts has already been eaten, I'm sure.
+6448 says, this is best time for shopping.
It is, before anybody gets in there. It's just me and the wall. Well, no, you know who's in there right now? It's all the people that, like, I guess the orders built up overnight. So you see all the shopping people that have the carts where like they're shopping for 5 or 6 people at a time. They run around filling it all up. I guess, is that Spark? Is that what?
Thoughts Project says, well, I bought a live, right at the end, lol.
You got here just in time. Just in time to say hello. But today is Tuesday, so tomorrow I'll be back at 5:15.
Team C says, back to home base. Thanks for the ride. Have a good day, everyone.
I appreciate you all joining. It's fun. Makes it a lot more fun. Always something happens. Today was the deer. You know? One day it's going to be a meteor. It's going to happen. A meteor is going to drop from the sky right in front of us. All right, everybody. I hope you have...
6448 says, thanks for the extra tour on the way back. Have a great day, everyone. At justacat.cs2 says, thank you. Have a good everybody.
Have a good everybody. That sounds interesting. All right, I'm gonna end the stream now. Thanks, everybody, and I will chat with you.